Parrot TV, the voice for humanity.
Hello, welcome to New York Parrot Literary Corner. I am Dustin Pickering, your noble and honest host. Today we have Dr. Brajesh Kumar Gupta, or Mutiu, who is a recipient of the presidency of the International Prize de Finibus Terra 4 edition in memory of Maria Montadura of Italy. He has been awarded an honorary doctorate, Doctor of Literature, Doctor Honoris Causa, from the Institute of the European Roma Studies and Research into Crime Against Humanity and International Law, Belgrade, Republic of Serbia, and from Brazil International Council, NIPA, and Itmat Institute. He has received Uttar Pradesh Gaurav Samman 2019. Presently, he acts as third Secretary General of World Union of Poets of the history of the World Union of Poets for the year 2021. And he in order of time since December 30th, 2017 until December 31st, 2021. He is the author of 8 books, and he is an assistant professor at Ekalavaya Mahadawaya Banda, and he resides at Banda in India. You can see his website on Facebook, and you can visit him at dr.mewadidavan@gmail.com and www.miradev.com. Thank you for joining us today, Dr. Gupta. How are you doing?
Thank you, sir, for providing this opportunity.
So it's wonderful to speak with you. I'm glad to be in touch with you today. So when did you start writing poetry and why?
According to me, literature is the mirror of society, and poetry is the thoughts of heart.
So was there when you started writing, was there some sort of impetus to guide you to the writing? Or
I had starting my writing in the since 2015, and
okay.
okay, and I am now budding a poet, not a great poet. So I am learning about writing and speaking. So and I am also writing more and more.
Excellent. And so you have you said 2015, so you've had 8 books, and that's within 7 years. That's impressive. That's about
Yes,
a book a year, roughly.
yes.
Maybe a couple extra in there. So what is that's pretty prolific. What is the secret to that for you?
My secret is only God grace and blessings of my friends and my parents. And I am learning through reading through many books.
Excellent. So do you have any particular books that you that really inspire you to continue writing?
My family members already inspire me, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm already inspired through uh, Shakespeare,
Yeah.
Wordsworth. Okay.
Are there any other writers, like contemporaries, that you friends of yours, or
Yes, there are
some
many
writers in
friends
recent
of
history?
yes, there are many friends of mine in contemporary period, like Dr. Jarnail Singh Anand and Nag Susila Panchmurthy and Marlene Pasini, Dr. Bajram Halithi.
Excellent. So do you have any contemporary writers, famous contemporary writers, like from India or from the world, that you
Yes, yes.
admire?
From all the world.
So who are some of the very famous writers other than Shakespeare? Obviously, that's a big one. There's some other poets that are that are really good inspirations for you.
Uh, and American poets.
Who's I didn't catch that.
Hello.
Yes, I didn't catch what you said.
Uh, Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes, hello.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, repeat it.
I didn't catch what you said when I was asking what other more contemporary writers you mentioned Shakespeare, but were there other writers that are more 20th century oriented who you are inspired by 20th or
And
21st century?
in modern time, I am really inspired by G.M. Hopkins.
Oh wow, okay, that's interesting. So what is it about him that brings you to poetry?
I like his philosophy and about
Mhm,
his life views and philosophy and
mhm.
common things of poetry like
Huh,
realism, like surrealism. Okay.
excellent. So, do you find that you've got a lot of awards and nominations and appointments that you've had? Do those encourage your literary output?
Hello.
Are you having trouble hearing me?
Yes, there are very poor networks,
Okay,
so I'm facing many problems. Hello.
quite all right. I'm gonna do a little promotion for our anthology until we get you back. So today is the virtual release date of the anthology. We've been preparing the series one of the Literary Parrot. That is a wonderful anthology with numerous international writers. We will definitely love to hear from you about your input on that. Everybody out there who's going to buy, who has bought a copy, once you get your copy, tell us what you think. Let us know what you believe we could do to improve. If you want to add some criticisms, and it's $18 on Amazon. It's already on Amazon, so please feel free to check it out. It's the Literary Parrot Series 1. That will be, if you search Amazon for that, and I'll put that link up on my Facebook pretty soon. So if you want to keep in touch with that, this anthology is amazing anthology of international writers from many countries all over the world. And so it's going to be quite impressive to take a look at that. We have everyone from, we have writers from Uzbekistan, from Czechoslovakia, we have writers from Canada, writers from the United States of America, from Sweden. There's just a long list of writers that we have, that from various countries. Some of these writers were on our website, and not just guests, but they were also featured on our website. We have young writers such as Sushant Kumar and Mona Lisa Parida. We have those writers, younger writers who are fresh on the scene. The Literary Parrot is an impressive anthology. We also have some much more established writers like Pavel Janek and writers like the Ron Whitehead, who is the current National Beat Poet Laureate of the United States, as appointed by the Beat Foundation. Wonderful group of writers that you will be enthralled with. I guarantee you that. There's a lot of prose as well from international writers. So it's not just poetry. We generally picked one piece by each author. Some authors had some very short pieces. There's some from Donella McLean and Catherine Zitgraff. I picked just shorter pieces from them, so I picked a couple from them. We have longer works of prose from writers such as Neil Desmond on called "This Is It" as a short story. We have some wonderful work you will find in this anthology that will just enthrall you. I guarantee you this book is something that you will treasure. You can see there the cover of the Literary Parrots. It's a wonderful little book. It's almost 250 pages, actually 249 pages. We included the mission statement for the Parrot, for New York Parrot, in the back. So if you buy a copy, take a look at that. That's something that will give you an idea of what we represent and who we are as a media outlet. So there's just so much in this book that you won't want to miss. You won't want to miss this book at all. It's a wonderful opportunity to get acquainted with international writers. Plenty you've probably never heard of. Some names will be familiar. You even have writers like Troy Camplin, many other Darlene Campos. Just many interesting and fabulous writers who will inspire you and continue to push your creative output and limits. So you don't want to miss this. We have Spofest writer James Bryant with some of his dark haiku. There's just no end to the number of interesting and fabulous forms that are approached in this book. There's short stories, pieces of short fiction. There's some wonderful little snippet poems from a lot of writers. There's all kinds. I mean, it was a tremendous labor of love, and we hope that you appreciate and enjoy the book as much as I enjoyed putting it together, as much as we all enjoyed establishing these authors in our show. There's just like tons and tons of literature available in this wonderful collection of work, The Literary Parrot. It's $18 on Amazon. So don't forget that you want to get that. It's definitely something worth pursuing. We even have writers such as Rick Christensen, who was on the show. There's just so many fabulous writers. Casey Dorman, he's a science fiction writer. He has a story as well in there. Amrita Villan is in the collection. Do we have Dr. Brajesh back with us? Back online here? I think, is his network working? His audio, I see he's muted, but he's he back on? I'm not seeing him. I can't hear him. So, can you hear us, sir? You're on mute. You're on. Can you unmute your?
Hello.
There you are.
Yes.
Excellent. Great. Okay, so you're back. We did a little promotion for the anthology while your network was up there. We lost him again. Can you hear us?
Yes, I am hearing you.
Okay, I'll try and see if we can just ask a few more questions. And anyway, I was asking, you've been awarded and nominated quite a few times for different awards. Does that encourage your literary output, or do you find that you're not really, is interested in those kinds of things?
Actually, many poets poetic flavor that runs wild like the water, and the simplicity of the poet uses to make many a verse sweeter. The spiritual messages elicits brings to light the poetic pigments. Okay, and the mythology incorporates makes glittering poet from the literary orbit of India. Okay.
Right. So you also are a teacher. You also are an instructor. So what have you learned of poetry from instructing other people?
Poetry is the junction of the moonlit night and human psyche stirs sensations among the suitors to its utmost degrees. And the pious purpose of life and the infecting the society on the other. And concept of nature that has been dealt with in these poem. Okay. And I stand against war. His inordinate passion for wisdom rather than wealth makes him a poet of a celestial message of universalism, and humanism from the cultural capital of the world. As a versifier, the poet enlivened the essence of the poetry day for Tom, Dick, and Harry in general, and the versifiers in particular for the poetic world wind all around the corner.
Excellent. That's good at philosophy. I mean, we want to have a kind of humanitarian or a humanist approach to finding what's in common with everyone's commonalities and celebrate humanity through poetry. So why do you, I noticed you say in your bio you prefer free verse. Why do you prefer free verse to formal poetry?
Actually, the poet is being grieved by evaluating the present scenarios of the world, where everyone are afraid of war and pre-war activities and atrocities on innocents who have not think have any benefit or relations to the fundamental thoughts uh, or politics. Okay. So these the quality of poetry are silently in anyone ears all about and placing a mark of interrogation.
Mhm. So you're also an editor. I'm curious, what kind of poetry do you prefer to read as editor? What selection criteria do you usually have?
Sorry.
As an editor, what you've edited anthologies and for journals, as an editor, what selection criteria do you, when you look at a poem, how does it speak to you? Like, what poems do you choose to select? You know, when you're going through poetry, that are submitted to to you as an editor, what qualities do you appreciate most about it? Makes you think, okay, I need to put this poem in this book.
Actually, English poetry is general and particular from the fertile literary land, so known worldwide for cultural heraldry and mythical meditation,
Mhm.
in spite of the monetary winds infecting the society all around the globe.
Excellent. So you look for something that's sort of politically or socially relevant and also has a spiritual message.
Poet with great passion for literature, who has devoted his life for humanity and love,
Mhm.
concerned through his art of literature and being an education throughout his career in life. So I am become a poet.
Right. So you also are you're interested in leadership. What concepts have you popularized in leadership?
Actually, who has never be harassed through the flow of life facing various ups and downs, so
Mhm.
he can't feel the any emotions and feelings, so his actions as an active dedicated life has adorned with various awards.
What did your first book, The Rain, explore? What are some of your themes in that book, and why did you choose those themes? Are you there? Believe we've lost Dr. Brajesh again. We'll continue to promote the anthology. He seems to be having some network issues, but again, just take a look at this book. It's a wonderful collection of poetry, prose, some more relevant, socially relevant stories that will be timeless. This book is impressive. I'm already getting a lot of questions about uh, where to get it, how to find it, and it's on Amazon, and it should be available internationally with Amazon pretty soon here. It's already on Amazon in USA, Amazon.com. So if you want a copy, just go ahead and take a look there. We'll go ahead and keep taking pre-orders for the day. So if you haven't got it yet and pre-order, we'll still allow that to be available at the $17 discount plus 3 shipping in the USA, $6 international. So if you haven't got a copy of it, you still have time for today, and definitely, you want to take a look at this. And we will be give us a couple of weeks. We'll start sending out the PDF copies, the e-copies for the contributors. So if you want a copy before then go ahead and order a copy, and then give us a couple more weeks, and we'll send you the PDF if you want to take a look at it. It should be wonderful collection. 249 full pages of literary output in this book. So it's something you don't want to miss. It's a massive contribution to the literary humanities. So definitely you do want to get a copy of this book. The cover is outstanding and beautiful. It's wonderful to even have the spine text. Sometimes our books don't have a spine text. It's published by Transcendent Zero Press, my own publishing company. So if you want to take a look at our press, it's www.transcendentzeropress.org. It's on website. So just look it up. We also go by TZ Press for short. So if you want to just enumerate that, instead of saying Transcendent Zero Press, you can say TZ Press. It's a lot easier to say, and it's sort of fun to say. TZ. Those letters kind of rhyme a little bit. There's an approximate rhyme in those phrases there. So, it looks like we have Dr. Brajesh back. Can you hear me?
Yes, I am hearing you.
Okay, excellent. So we were talking about your book, The Rain. What themes do you explore in The Rain, and why did you choose those themes?
There are many philosophies of love and life.
Mhm.
It's my debut book, The Rain. And I have captured my pen name from my parents' initial name, Meva Deo,
Mhm.
Meva and Deo, my parents' initial name. So I have started written my poetry with this pen name.
Excellent. So would you like to share some poetry with us?
Sorry?
Would you like to share a couple of your poems with us?
Sure.
Excellent. Love to hear them. So here
My
we are. Go ahead.
My poem title is If you will be mine to love and support me hopefully, my life is going well with you. May all of your choice wanted me, the body and your soul are mine. If you leave me, there is no way of life, because you are my soulmate. Wish me to get your love. We live with joyfulness. Don't say to be or not to be. Come to near for future opportunities.
Wonderful. That's a very what do you call it? Like democratically oriented language there, where of the people, where it's direct, it's sensible to people's imaginations. If you want to share another poem, please do.
Yes, sure.
Okay.
And my next poem is Earth is a guide. The earth has many keys. You thanked God for this miracle. Earth has music for those who listen. Its music explores the notion. The songs represents the profound outcome, speaking to humanity in the deepest emotions of my own heart, a light of song shining strong. I can never explain the ways I have felt. Earth is a guide, a source of inspiration. Our life has not been easy. How Earth is a big component in our lives. It's a good Earth where we live. Pour your gladness on Earth's head. We will watch and learn from you.
Wonderful, and definitely art. Without the arts, life would be boredom and mundane, and not something that we could be enjoyed and full of revelry as it is. You know that life can be so tedious sometimes, and without the arts, life would be a mistake. To paraphrase Nietzsche. So how is your most recent writing different from your previous books? Can you hear me?
Hello?
Are you're not able to hear me? We lost
Yes,
you
I am
again.
hearing.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, good. So what I was asking is, how are some of your newer poems different from your earliest poems?
New poems.
Mhm.
There is my new poem. I just want to exist. Your touch is my ecstasy, the whole purpose of existence, bound together in ecstasy. After you, there will be no other. Contentment and pure joy you bring, living each moment, another day in the endless. We are living in a pre-packaged world to the beat of my own rhythm. If love does not exist in this world, I want to crawl in your mind through my very existence. Travel me to your secrets beneath your vast oceans of sky. All I want to reach out and touch. Existence is conquering. Give me pure existence, a single common inspired idea in the ecstasy of your love for the first time in your existence.
Thank you for sharing that. It's a wonderful poem, and we have a few more remaining minutes in the interview. So if you would like to, maybe say some thank yous, or tell people who have inspired you that they've inspired you, or even share some encouraging words for our fellow writers out there who are listening in, if you want to do that. Oh, we lost
Hello.
him again. Are you there?
Yes, yes.
So if you would like to thank some friends and family, if you want to mention some people that have inspired you over the year, who have been inspirations, or if you want to say some few words of encouragement to fellow writers out there who are viewing this program, we have time for that.
Actually, poetry is difficult because its language that is used in is often indirect with the reader. So there is no limit to subjects that can be used in a poem. They
Mhm.
could be written about the beauty of nature, animals, and the most commonly known subject, love. It is a form of literature that can be used to express vivid thoughts and feelings from the poet.
Excellent. Thank you for joining us on the program today. It's been wonderful and pleasant speaking with you, Dr. Brajesh. It's sorry for the technical difficulties and the network issues that sometimes happens, but I appreciate you being on the program. Just keep writing and keep at it. So definitely want to take a look at your works if you want to promote your a little bit, say where we can find your books, where we can purchase them if someone's interested in buying your book, any of your books. Where will we find them?
Thank you, sir, for inviting me for interview. And there are very poor networks, so sorry.
Quite all right. It's okay. It happens. So, like I was saying, where can we find your books if we want to buy a copy or of one of your books? Where can we find those?
If anyone want to my books, so they can purchase from my websites.
Your website. Okay.
Yes.
Well, that's on our flyer. So if anybody out there who is witnessing this, watching this program, if you enjoyed Dr. Brajesh's works, take a look at our flyer. His website is listed on there. It's on our on the New York Parrots website or Facebook page. So if if you appreciate his work, definitely take a look at his website, and you can learn more about Dr. Brajesh Kumar Gupta, who is our guest or was our guest today. And you would definitely want to take a look at our anthology while you're at it. You can look at the list of poets included people from all the continents, all the various continents out there, all 555,000 million of them. No, just kidding. Yeah, you just want to take a look at our anthology and definitely get a look at what we have to offer as a program, as our guests all have to offer for each of our various guests across the world. We offer this to the literary community at large. Help us out, promote our show, share our content, and do be a subscriber to our program. You will be more than happy to update you on everything we put up out there on the content. And if you want to get in touch with me and be a guest, then you can get in touch with me at Literary Corner at NewYorkParrot.com. We would love to have you on the show. So don't be afraid to contact us, regardless of where you're at in your writing craft. We'd love to talk with you about your writing approach, give you a space to read a little bit of your work and discuss what inspires you and who inspires you. So don't be afraid. Don't at all be afraid to get in touch with us at Literary Corner at NewYorkParrot.com. And we have donations. You can donate to us at paypal.me/nyparrot. And it's also where you would purchase a copy of our anthology, which is now available on Amazon at $18 plus whatever their shipping rates may be at Amazon.com.
I want to say something.
Okay.
I want to say something.
Yes, please.
We are lucky that technology has advanced, and regardless of geographical distance, we connect with the rest of the world, exchange knowledge and experiences, participate in poetry competitions, interviews, and thus learn from each other. So I have the opportunity to learn from them, all the poets.
Wonderful. Thank you for joining us again today, Dr. Brajesh. It's been a pleasure speaking with you. Go ahead and close out the program. This has been New York Parrot Literary Corner. And you just keep in touch, everybody out there, and keep writing. And do not hesitate to be in touch with me at literarycorner.newyorkparrot or literarycorner@newyorkparrot.com. That will be where you can reach me if you want to be on the program. And so just keep in touch, everybody out there. Email me, get me on Facebook, send me a friend request if you're not already friends with me. I'll be more than happy to talk with you about the program. So definitely keep in touch, everybody. I appreciate your time. Dr. Brajesh, again, I apologize for the technical issues. The network problems. That's sometimes that happens. But thank you again. And
Thank you, sir. Welcome.
very welcome. It's been a pleasure talking with you. And so we'll get the anthology. Just purchase a copy of it, guys, out there. Don't hesitate at all to be in touch at paypal.me/nyparrot to be able to get a copy for $17 plus $3 shipping, or $6 for international orders. Thank you very much. This is Dustin
Kindly
Pickering.
provide me the link of this interview.
Yes, we will. We'll provide you the link when it's up. It'll be up on YouTube probably later today. So thank you everybody out there for listening in. Thanks to our
Thank you.
viewers and thanks to our subscribers and thanks to the people who purchased the anthology already. And thanks to those who will purchase the anthology. We will appreciate your support. And so we have $18 on Amazon right now. So just don't hesitate to buy that anthology. It'll be a wonderful addition to your collection of fabulous international works. So thank you again for joining us, everybody out there. Keep writing, keep in the spirit of the times. And if you have something that you feel is socially relevant or about current events, then submit that to our literary corner at that email, literarycorner@newyorkparrot.com. This is Dustin Pickering. This has been the Parrot Literary Corner. I'm based in Houston, Texas. The program is in New York. So thank you all for joining us. And tomorrow, join us again. You never know where we'll be. So have a good afternoon, everybody, and keep writing.
Parrot TV,
Thank you.
the voice for humanity.